Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wnba Dfs here to bring you another slate breakdown for the one-game WNBA slate we have today for the Sparks taking on the Las Vegas Aces. If you guys are new here and you guys enjoying the content, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the stuff we're putting out over here, and make sure you hit that thumbs up if we have helped you make any money on the channel. Yesterday we had the Queen in the Court contest. Unfortunately, I did not take down first. Came in 16th out of 50. Stacked the wrong game on the late slate. Really got me, man. Stacked the wrong game. Had Cheyenne Parker in the line. She popped off. Did great. Tara McCowan played that one right there. Pretty good pick right there in its own right. Not bad from that. She was 2% owned, so I was the only person that had that. But tried to make sure I had some of the value from the Phoenix Mercury since they were going to be shorthanded. Tried to stack those players up. Didn't work out in my favor in the long run, but nonetheless, made some money. And with that being said, we're back at it once again because we have slates to break down. And right now, we know the motto is no days off. All right, so looking at the injury report for today's slate. For the Sparks, we just got to pay attention to see whether or not if Lexi Brown is going to be back from that illness, her pregnancy, whatever it is that she has going on, to see if she's going to actually play. And then, of course, Clouden and Cheney, they're both still going to be out. And starters should be the same unless Lexi is back and they decide to start her. Wouldn't be surprised if she came off the bench, considering that she has been gone for 7 games straight. And last update that I actually seen over here on DraftKings, it says that this was for when they were playing going up against the Dream on the 11th. So don't have any true update for her. I haven't seen anything on X or anything like that. So just got to pay attention to that before the slate starts. It's a 3 p.m. slate. So, of course, one game. We just got to figure out what's going on with that. Luckily for the Aces, they're not traveling. They're going to be at home. Same old for them. I actually believe that the Aces might be playing on Sunday slate. Let's check that real quick, because if they're playing, they'll be on a back-to-back. But I doubt that they're playing on Sunday. It'll be weird. The WNBA schedule this season has been weird all around. On Sunday, all right, cool, yeah. So the Aces don't play on Sunday, but we do have a nice 4-game slate on Sunday. Hopefully, DraftKings does right by giving us the correct all 4 games and also gives us a pretty nice prize up top for it. So going over DraftKings decided to play the most on the site that has been winning this money, and that was gracious to let us win a Queen of the Court contest ticket this year. DraftKings. Make sure you guys check the link down in the description below so you guys can get that deposit match bonus so you guys can come over here on the King and win some of this money with me. Now, if you guys don't play the Captain Showdown slates, pretty much what happens is you pick a player that you're going to have up top in your MVP spot. They get 1.5x for their fantasy points. On top of that, their salary is going to be increased by 1.5. And then you got to fill out the rest of the roster with all the other players at their normal price. So picking out who's going to be in the captain spot, that always just comes down to being how you get different. Now, of course, as always, all the starters for the Las Vegas Aces, they're going to be into consideration. A'ja Wilson, Chelsea Gray, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, and Kia Stokes. Yes, I'm going to include Kia Stokes in here because they're going up against the Sparks. Kia can go out here, and she might be able to go out here and have a decent game, but she will be on the lower totem pole for any of the players that I would be considering if I'm going to take them at a captain spot. But in all honesty, for me, from the Aces, I'll be considering A'ja Wilson. I will consider Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young as players from the Aces that I would take into that captain slot. Then if you want to get crazy, you want to get a little bit different, maybe come down here to Clark, look down here to that. I wouldn't go down here to any of the blowout queens just because, once again, the problem with the Las Vegas Aces, and we've seen this from time and time again, why I believe that they lost the first game going up against New York Liberty anyway, is they do not have the bench depth at all. They don't rely on their bench. I'd seen some posts and stuff, people talking about go ahead and waive Sydney Colson, get rid of Coates, get rid of Kayla George. They don't play, and I definitely understand that because you can actually fill out this roster with players who actually play. You have a vet that rides your bench, doesn't do anything but crack jokes and talks in the locker room. Yeah, she can pump up people in a huddle and stuff like that, but put her on your player development staff and open up a roster spot. And honestly, I actually think that the Las Vegas Aces, they have an open roster spot anyway, because you can sign someone to a hardship deal. You don't have Candace Parker, but they won't do it. And then on top of that, you don't have Raquana Williams, who's going to more than likely be out of the league for her domestic violence charges that she has going on with her. I don't understand. The Aces, it's weird. Instead, they run their starters into the ground, and I get it. Outside of the starters, they don't really have much. So, for me, once again, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, A'ja Wilson, those would be my 3 I would consider from the Las Vegas Aces if I'm going to take anyone as a captain or MVP spot for that. And then going over to the Sparks. Sorry about that. For the Sparks, of course, you already know you got to consider NECA. You got to look at possible Canada, but I'm gonna lean more towards the bigs on this one because we have seen opposing bigs have actually had their way and had pretty decent games going up against the Las Vegas Aces. Now, I would expect the Aces to possibly maybe throw some doubles NECA's way, but if they didn't double Breanna Stewart, they didn't double Jonquil Jones, I'm not gonna expect them to start doing that now. But I will take that into consideration, and possible that this game could get out of hand because it is the Las Vegas Aces. But nonetheless, I will still look towards NECA, who she played, now I want to say 2 out of the 3 games that they played going up against the Las Vegas Aces this season. She only played in 2 of them. First game, played 19 minutes, dropped 26 fantasy points. It was a 65-95 blowout in favor of the Aces, of course. Then the second game, she played in the 78-97 blowout, still going up against them and dropped 37 fantasy points. So definitely, do what you want with that one. And then Azura Stevens, I will consider her since she is actually starting and playing that center position. She's going to be dealing with that Kia Stokes. She's only played in 1 game because those earlier games that they had that were blowouts going up against the Aces, she was not playing it. She was still coming back from injury. And when she did play in the game on July the 12th, she went out there and dropped 46 fantasy points in 31 minutes. And that is her as a starter. So definitely will have some interest in Azura Stevens, possible for maybe the cheaper option that we can look to sliding into the MVP slot, considering that she is only 10-8. Now, of course, the players that we list as captain slot candidates, we got to look at them for a regular slot. So if you're not going to put your NECA into the captain spot, you're not going to put Azura Stevens, I would definitely consider having them inside of these slots right here as well. Coming down, of course, outside of that, consider Hamby, but GPP option. Yes, she's facing a former team. She had 1 great game going up against them earlier, but other than that, very hit and miss in regards to her minutes, so she's very much a GPP option. Clarendon has played very well in her last couple games, but if Lexi Brown is going to be back, that might eat into some of her production and minutes that she's going to get. Still, we'll of course have her in the player pool, but not going to be as high. Carly Samuelson is someone I will have interest in because if the game blows out or anything like that, I do believe she'll still get her minutes, and her production is there. She's kind of becoming more well-rounded, but she does rely heavily on the scoring. She actually had a pretty decent game going up against them when she played, especially the last time out. She went out there in 31 minutes, dropped 22 fantasy points. And then in the second game that they played, she played 32 minutes and dropped 27. So Carly's someone I would consider, knowing that they can't give it up to opposing guards out there, as we just seen with Courtney Vandersloot when she went off in the first game going up against the Aces recently. So definitely something to take into consideration. And if you want to get wild and crazy, definitely Jasmine Thomas or Zia Cooks. You already know that they're going to get their Brennan run because they really don't touch Westbrook. They don't mess with Burrell or anything like that. But these two definitely punt options that you can look to before I would go over here to the Las Vegas Aces side. Now, if we're going to expect this to be a blowout, definitely, of course, you're going to go ahead and consider Kristen Bell, because we know she's going to be literally the only person off the bench that will get burn and run before the game becomes a blowout. So you can definitely consider her. And then if you are really, really expecting it to be a blowout and you're expecting Kayla George to go out there and at least play maybe 10 minutes, I would look towards Kayla George. We know that she can definitely go out there and get hot if her shot is falling. And again, it's going to be a blowout. She'll get her run. So yeah, really, it's a very simple slate. I wanted to get this out to you guys early because I'm taking the day off. I will not be posting anything else outside of this video that you guys see. I'm gonna go hang out with the family and just enjoy the day and get ready for the big 4-game slate that we'll have on Sunday. Hopefully DraftKings gives us at least a 10K up top on that one, because I gotta make some money back. Definitely a little bit salty that I didn't take down the Queen of the Court. So a couple of games left to end out the season. Definitely got some time to win one of these big GPPs, because we've came close a couple of times on the season already as it is. With that being said, it's your boys, though. Hopefully I see you guys in the green. If you guys want any more content besides my stuff that I'm putting out, anything for like UFC, soccer, MLB, esports, or just all the prop plays and stuff that we're dropping, which I am dropping all of my EV slips inside of the Discord in my channel. Check the link down in the description below so you guys can join the Patreon. It is only $10. Promise you make that back within your first week. And just check out the Discord. You can link your Patreon to the Discord, and you'll be able to get access to all the channels that we have. Hopefully you guys have a good Saturday. Peace.